What is going on, guys? Jerome here, and today we're laying out my exact plan on what to do first in Season of Discovery. Everything from the leveling to the Rune Collection to the raiding and the PvP as well. It's a big video, so let's get right to it. So the first thing you need to do is level to 25 as fast as possible. Leveling faster means you can unlock the runes faster to play your dream build. It means you can easily avoid ganks on PvP servers as well. And it also means you can access the new BFD raid faster and the new Ashenvale PvP event. My game plan for fast leveling is to use the speedrunning route. The Rested XP add-on on CurseForge comes with a completely free 1 to 22 route. I've also modified that route to fit my own plans. Meanwhile, Guidelime has a free route that should be nearly as fast, also on CurseForge. If you're used to doing hardcore routes, there are some things to keep in mind. First, you've definitely got to add in death skips during the early levels. Whenever you die, you get placed at the nearest spirit healer, which can save minutes of travel time. The consequence is that you have to repair your gear all the time, which is something I rarely did in hardcore. Another thing to keep in mind is just because you can die doesn't mean it's efficient. You should play similarly to hardcore with very careful pulls, since dying will set you back minutes each time. Remember that there will be increased mob damage. We don't know the exact value, but I'll throw out 30% as a number that might happen. Third, don't forget to work on your professions as you level. Mining is the biggest key since it's required for both engineering and blacksmithing. Meanwhile, I'll be working on enchanting and tailoring early myself to make greater magic wands. If you want to supply me with extra cloth, you could get one in the first 3 hours on the biggest horde server. The other thing to keep in mind is that the quest may change. For example, we don't know what'll happen with the Gravestone Scepter quest since it involves the BFD dungeon. I'm also prepared to mob grind if I need to, since that buys me more time to reroute if things are different with the quests. A secret tool for that is a macro that targets and marks any nearby enemies. If you're playing with a friend, you can have them run a different mark and both of you can mark everything for easy kills. Back on the topic of rerouting, we've got to be ready for Rune Collection as well. There were some mentions of at least one rune being available early on, which implies you should be able to get a rune in your starting area. This rune would likely be something useful for leveling, like the Infinite Wrath rune. I'm prepared to drop everything and go to grab a rune like Mindseer, since it could save me hours of leveling time. Definitely keep an eye out for new rune location videos on this channel. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming videos. In between leveling and collecting runes, you should also be dungeon blasting as much as you can. Previs farming will be the ultimate key to success in the BFD raid as well as in PvP. If the lockout system is the same as in Classic, you should always aim to do the same dungeon multiple times. It's just more efficient since you've already traveled all the way out there. I plan to 4-man RFC from 13 to 15. Then I'll be doing SFK from 22 to 25. After hitting 25, it'll be time for more Prebis farming. That means all the questlines you probably skipped when leveling, like the Paladin questline for Varigan's Fist. This also means more Dead Mines, more SFK, and the BFD dungeon if it's available. If the raid's out right at launch, I'll be cutting my Prebis farming short to get in the raid earlier. Aiming to hit the first lockout will be key to get ahead on gear. I definitely want to maximize my odds of getting new loot like the extra planar spider silk boots for my priest. I'll also be doing Ashenvale PvP and Warsong non-stop. Ashenvale offers a new PvP event and new rewards from the Warsong vendor. The PvP event will also offer the new Boon of the Black Fathom world buff, which can be saved for raiding. There's also a new mount with a 50% increased movement speed just for Ashenvale. As for the gear rewards, weapons like the Legionnaire Sword are better than Prebis options like Cruel Barb, though I'm personally excited for the Advisor's Gnarled Staff with extra intellect and stamina. In between raiding and PvP, I also hope to make several more alts as well. More alts early means you can take advantage of lockouts and get even more gear. And so many specs look really strong and fun at the same time. With only a level 25 cap, it makes sense to want to try everything out. No matter what you try out first though, my ultimate guide to runes to get first is something you need to watch. It'll give you the best runes to go out and get first, no matter what your class and spec is.